What's up, y'all, and welcome to the channel. So me and my wife, we're gonna be going on a hiking trip up to Colorado to a couple of our favorite little spots, and I was thinking I should probably make a video on how to pack your backpack. I really appreciate the support, and I tell you what, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna continue to make videos until like through this next hunting season. So I'm gonna do elk season, we're going to Oregon, and we're going to Colorado. It's gonna be, I don't know how many days, something like 40 or 45 days. Shh, don't tell my wife. So thank you very much for all the support. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please, and thank you for doing so. If you do, I really appreciate all the support. Now, let's get into packing this backpack. Okay, so I apologize about the camera angle. Obviously, I do not have a cameraman, so everything that I do is 100% self-filmed. So you'll have to bear with me on my camera angle. But I'm gonna try to show you exactly how I put my backpack together for, this is between 5 and 7 days of food and water, and the way I would pack it if I'm gonna go on an elk hunt. Very similar packing if I'm gonna go on a just a hike. Obviously, if you're hiking, you don't need all the hunting stuff and the stuff to be able to take care of your meat, or knives and sharpeners and all that good stuff like game bags and so on and so forth. But just for everybody, we share the woods together. We hike, we hunt a lot of the same places. So this is how I pack my backpack. And I'll go through each item that I have and show you kind of how I pack that item. Let's start out. This is just kind of a random, this is a little stuff sack that I use. I carry a saw, knife sharpener, some super glue and tape. These, I call these pig pullers. They're great for helping if you need to tie up an animal or if you need to drag an animal around. A little bit of paracord, a little bit of nylon rope, a fire striker, and just an extra little flip pocket knife. I don't normally get into this bag unless I kill an animal or unless I need some, you know, any of these little items. But I like to keep it in the bag just because it makes it to where I don't lose one certain item. I have to open up the whole bag. That's gonna go in my side pocket right here. If you guys don't know this backpack, I've had it now since last August. I've worn it probably once a week, either hunting or doing some hiking. Great backpack. I love this thing. Now, inside of the lid of my Exo Mountain Gear, this is an Exo Mountain Gear K3 4800, and this is the Born and Raised edition. Now, for my top lid, I have my knife because I don't ever want to lose it. That's a handmade knife from my father-in-law. Leatherman multi-tool, extra calls, elk calls, a lighter, my wipes, and my headlamp. Black Diamond headlamp, the new Storm, awesome headlamp. That goes in the top, okay? Next thing, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my rain gear in here just to get it out of the way. This is Field and Stream rain gear. This is now my 3rd year using this same rain gear, and it's just, it hasn't let me down yet, and it's very affordable. This is one of the stoutest backpacks that I've ever had to use. I mean, I tighten it so tight and it never gives up. All right, so if I'm hiking in, I'll probably hike in with 3 liters of water. So I'm gonna put that in the hydration pouch back here. Exo Mountain Gear has a waterproof water bladder spot, and so I hang mine right in there. Also, this is where I put my game bags, because I'm only gonna need my game bags if I kill something, and that way they're out of the way. These are Allen game bags, Allen brand. I keep them stuffed down there in the bottom of that hydration bag. So the good thing about this is the main part of the bag will separate away from the frame and the webbings to tie down your meat. This is called your meat shelf. I like, whenever I'm hiking into my spike camp or wherever I'm gonna be camping, I like to use this area for my sleeping pad, because I don't like my sleeping pad to be all, you know, rolled up into a big ball. So I'll fold it up and I'll deflate it, and it fits perfect right there. And I will fold it up into like thirds like this. And then that dude just gets sandwiched in right there on the back side of my frame. Okay, my water system. This is a Katahdin pump. And I also use the Sawyer filters. That's a whole nother YouTube video there. Anyways, my water filter, and I carry an extra 3-liter bag to leave at camp, and then I'll carry 4 liters with me during the day while I'm hunting or hiking. 1-liter platypus it's just a soft bag. I like this better than the Nalgene because I can just stuff this anywhere whenever it's empty. It takes up way less space than that Nalgene bottle does. Now my cook set, it also fits in here with the water, because most of the times wherever I'm getting water will cook also. I carry 2 separate stuff sacks for my food. One for my fresh food that hasn't been eaten yet, and another one for my trash. And I hang both of these up in trees wherever I'm gonna be camping. Extra headlamp, my wallet, that goes in the top of the 2 pair of extra socks, and a beanie, because you never know whenever it's gonna be a little chilly when you wake up that next morning. That's all the clothes that I pack with me, other than I've got this Sitka hoodie. This is the cold weather trauma hoodie, I believe it's called. And then this Fanatic mid-layer hoodie. That I carry these extra for if it gets, you know, down pretty cold. Take my food. This is a bulky item. It's usually pretty heavy. It's gonna go all the way down to the bottom. Okay, so the food has gone down at the very bottom. I have my tarp and my hammock and my hoodies and my solar panel and my bugle tube that's gonna be left, and my sleeping bag. So here's the trick, y'all. You don't put your sleeping bag in a compression bag, because then it ends up being so bulky. You stuff it down in here, down, you know, beside all of your other stuff. And this is a Big Agnes Diamond Park 0 degree down sleeping bag. So it compresses down very, very small. And this is a very large sleeping bag. Now you see how far down in there that thing compresses? You see that? Yeah. Now take and put you want your tarp up front so that you can grab it if it happens to be raining. Wherever you decide to stop, you want your tarp immediately. So it needs to be right up here on top. Same thing if you happen to need it just to cover up and get out of the rain. A bugle tube clips on right here on the side with the magnet. See that magnet? Right there on the side. Curious to see how that's gonna hold up. That's a new thing for this year. And then I'll pack in one of these hoodies into the top before I close it up, and then I'll put the other one on the outside. That's 7 to 5 days right there. The key is to remember, y'all, that you don't need just a whole lot to survive out there, and there's no reason to overthink it or worry about getting into trouble or anything like that. You know, make sure you're practiced up on being in the backcountry. If this is your first time to go hiking, feel free to leave to leave some questions in the comments section below, and I'll try to help out with anything that I can as far as answering questions. But this is a 5 to 7 day pack setup right here. This is kind of how I would travel into the backcountry of Colorado and Oregon. This is how I'm going to be packed whenever I head out there here in just a few months. I'm actually going to weigh this thing right now to see what I'm looking like and see what I'm looking at as far as really 5 to 7 day backcountry backpacking hunt or hike. Take into consideration that I'm also packing a bunch of extra stuff for you hikers. There's a bunch of stuff in this pack that you probably don't need. I've just come to learn that you can make it through a lot with very little. Oh yeah, I can't wait to get to the mountains. Hey, thank y'all very much for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Let's try to get us to 1,000 subscribers by September. That way I can go live whenever we're calling in that big nasty bull or whenever we're rattling in that whitetail buck. Thank you guys very much. See ya.